Hey everybody, happy Friday. Welcome aboard. Jiminy Flip It listing show time coming at you 6 o'clock East Coast, USA. Current weather conditions for those who are wondering, because that's always a good way to start. We're at a balmy 72 degrees here. It was up to almost 80, and then tomorrow down to 60 again, 65 Sunday. Some more seasonal weather coming up, but today was a little, what they used to call Indian summer, right? Little spurts of warmth. To be honest with you, it was much enjoyed because we had 6 or 7 straight days of rain and clouds and very ridiculously early cold weather. So it was a nice day to get outside and do some stuff. Hope everybody's doing well. Hey, CJ, how you doing? CJ's already here, reporting for duty. Thank you, sir. Hey, Ansley, how you doing? Hi, how are you? Ankle deep in inventory. That's okay. Yeah, go through your piles, get some listing done. Listen in the background. We'll probably be listing at some point during this evening, so if you can't beat them, join them, right? You tired? Oh, sorry about that. And now your cell phone just locked up. Ooh, got gremlins in CJ's world here. Hold on. Got a focus issue again, apparently. I think we're good. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, I had put in the description tonight ads, postcards, kind of whatever is out there that I have to list. I have been on a listing fury with the postcards, but unfortunately, I don't have that many, so I'm running low already. I think I have I don't know, 65 or 70 left to list. So I purposely saved some for tonight just in case we get around to doing that. I still have obviously tons and tons of ads. I have some World War II stuff that we can dive into as well. It's really up to you guys. See what's going on and let everybody come in. For those of you who follow Popeye's postcards, sorry, I'm putting a fan on. It is warm in here tonight. Popeye's postcards. He put out a very cool video this morning about how to adjust your duplex scanner to provide like a small border around a postcard. If you're listing postcards or anything small like that, provides like a little bit of a gray border around the image. And the theory was that you could see all the creases and the edges of every single postcard. Apparently a couple of mine were cut off, which I didn't really even know. So thanks again to Popeye. He actually wrote me last night and said, hey man, if you do this, you should be able to get all your pictures in. So I did it. And then he goes, maybe I'll do a video about it. And he did this morning, which was really cool. Your landline and internet were repaired. Very good. Very good. Hey, speak of the devil. I didn't even know you were here. Welcome, John. Yeah, listed 1. Hey, that's 1 more than you've done in the last 5 months, right? And 2 very cool videos. Absolutely. We got a what's sold going. We got a how to adjust your printer settings. Not printer, scanning settings. Good stuff, man. I did copy that, and it works fine. And thanks for the heads up, because I didn't realize I had some that were cut off. And I mean, they weren't really cut off, but I definitely see what you meant by the video, because it could appear to a potential buyer that it's like this pristine edge, and sometimes, most of the time, they're not pristine. So if you give yourself that little border around, and it really is a small border, it's just enough to allow the full image to be seen. So definitely great advice there. Put it into action. I actually rescanned. Excuse me. Actually, ate dinner tonight, folks. Just finished, so just chugging down the remains of the dinner. I did wind up rescanning. It wasn't that many. It was like 50 cards that I had that I was setting up to list anyway. So I just threw them right back through after I did my adjustment. All is well. So I appreciate it. You doubled your total for the last 5 months. There you go. You listed the scuba souvenir books. Very cool. Excellent stuff. But yeah, check out that video if anybody needs help with those settings, because it could be picky. I don't remember. I think it was an Epson that he was doing the lesson on, if you will, but I'm sure it applies to various types of scanning software. Just kind of go into settings, tweak, look for something that enables you to tweak the image. So I did it. I have an Epson ES400. It worked like a charm for mine. I have a similar interface to the one that John had on the video. So again, thanks a lot, John, for that. Tomorrow night, big news is Paperpalooza, except it's not called Paperpalooza. It's called Ephemerama 2. I had Paperpalooza on my head for months. Ephemerama 2, I'll be on at 8 o'clock. Popeye will be closing it out at 10. Ben, New Due Provisions, is opening at 5. So I think there's like 5 sellers or so tomorrow night. It should be pretty cool. So go check that out on Whatnot. Ephemerama number 2. Really exciting. Look forward to that. I didn't put up any listings yet. I will add some stuff to inventory probably after the show this evening. It's been a very, very hectic week here in Jiminy Flip at headquarters because we're getting a bathroom renovation done. And it's taking, I guess this is to be expected, it's taking a lot longer than originally planned. So they've been here it's really one guy. Today he had help, thank goodness. But it's been the better part of the last the whole week. So a little craziness with that. But outside of that, things are good. Sales have been pretty good. I'm getting a lot of action, not a lot of action, but relative to the amount of cards I have up, I'm getting action. Very exciting. It's incredible. I've never seen, other than like really, really popular items. Like if a couple of years ago, I listed like a Samsung phone, one of my son's phone or something. And as soon as you hit enter, you get like 1 million people watching it and offers and all that. But outside of those really like super popular items, the postcard thing, I'm amazed. I listed, every day I've listed, I think the most I listed was about 100 one day. And then I listed like 50, 60, 20, I'm listing decent quantity every day. Well, anyway, today fired up the Epson scanner with the new settings that Popeye alluded to, listed a few things and like instantaneously I got an offer like 5 minutes after I put up a card. So it's good to know that there's people out there and they're looking for this stuff. These postcard collectors, like a lot of other collector groups, are very into what they collect, and they probably search right away for the newest stuff out there. And it's a good thing to just have listings available constantly out. That I think that's the biggest thing. Everybody talks about the importance of listing on eBay in general, whether it's, a couple of items a day, once every 5 months, like Popeye does, or 20, 50, 100 a day, if you can manage that. It's just for those people that have sorts in place already, collectors, and they're always looking for new stuff. I do that a lot of the times with records. I'll always search by the newest listed, see if somebody doesn't know what they're doing and I can get a deal. I guess it's the same approach. So the postcard collector people, they're looking for fresh inventory. So when you keep bombarding eBay with new stuff every day, you constantly be on people's minds. And that's the best thing about listing every day. A postcard or anything else is for those, groups of people that might be searching by the newest stuff listed. It's always a good thing. You think just Epson? Someone left a comment that they couldn't find those settings on a Fujitsu. Oh, okay. Yeah. No points for spelling. No demerits for spelling. There's probably something similar. I don't know all the different settings and all the different scanners, but I would imagine if you play around with whatever scanner you have, you'll be able to find something that allows you to tweak your settings. I'm pretty convinced of that. But again, it worked like a charm for mine. I have a similar one to what John has. I know a lot of people have these Epsons. They're very popular, the duplex scanner. So just check it out. Hey, Picnic, how you doing? Looking forward to what? Listing some cards tonight? Is that what you're looking forward to? Or you're looking forward to Ephemerama too? Hey, Barbara, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Good to see you. John, yeah, he is. Yeah, but I mean, he spent 20 years listing constantly. So, it's not like he's coasting because he had so much momentum going into the sudden ceasing of listing. 2 weeks of heavy listing and I can go back to over 31,000 with no problem. Yeah, no, it makes sense. Why wait, right? When you can get an instant return. So many people talking about Whatnot. I've seen a lot of talk videos, and otherwise I've read some stuff on Reddit boards and stuff about Whatnot. I think there's a decent population of people who are trying to get into Whatnot, who are starting on Whatnot, and have expectations that probably aren't realistic at this point anyway. The bottom line is almost everybody that's buying on Whatnot, almost, not everybody, especially in our sphere of ephemera, certainly to an extent the record people too, they're other resellers. Like almost everybody in the room is another reseller. Most of the people that come in my room I know on a first name basis. I mean, there's some that come in that I've never seen before, at least with their username. Sometimes they change the username on Whatnot to trick me and I don't realize who it is. But anyway, that's needs to be the expectation if you're thinking about, getting into the Whatnot game. It's great. It's a great way to move stuff quickly, provided you have replenishable stock of inventory that you can get really, really cheaply. You're basically funding other resellers' inventory. You're giving them new inventory. So you're not going to sell a record for $30 on Whatnot, that you could potentially get $30 for on eBay. That's not the forum to do this in. I mean, there's a possibility. If it's something scarce and you get people into a bidding war, then so be it. But most of the time, it's just moving. The theory should be moving stuff. Popeye once again for the 18th time tonight, but it's true. He has, over 1 million cards. So he can, it's child's play to him. He has so much replenishable inventory that most of us probably paid for 100 times over. and he's just printing money. He could just put up these lots, $50, $20, $100, just bam, 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 bam. If you have, and that's just Popeye, which is an exception because of his volume, but there's people out there that have volume and other things, that's easy to move quickly and make some money on. That's what Whatnot is really geared towards, at least at this point. I guess the hope is that eventually you'll have regular people, quote unquote, come in to buy things or whatnot. But as of this point, it's really this strange circle of resellers selling and buying from each other, kind of, at least again, and certainly in the ephemera space for the most part. And that's not a bad thing, as long as everybody's making money. When we're picking up all these postcards from Popeye, everybody's making money on them. It's a win-win. He made money on his stack of postcards. He's getting rid of stuff in his house, and he's building new. Now I was going to say he's building new death piles. He's not. He's providing inventory to other people that could potentially launch new careers on the same thing that that he built a career on. So I think it's a wonderful tool. I'm a fan of Whatnot. It still needs some improvements. I'm sure they'll come along as time goes on, as long as it maintains this level of popularity, which I anticipate it should. But I think your expectations need to be in place before you get into it. It's not a place to go. It's not eBay Express. It's not, hey, why wait 3 months to sell whatever, this pair of shoes or sneakers on, I have a hair on eBay when I could sell it tonight in 30 seconds. Well, you're not going to get the same amount of money, So anyway, that's my 2 cents on the Whatnot thing. Heavy listing. You've been lazier that you should be. Well, hopefully a listing show is a great place to break that little habit that we all fall into of being lazy and just want. Now, again, with all that said, make sure you build in some time into your day to relax and kick back. I mean, that's part of being a human being. Yes, sort of, Ansel. I mean, I don't know if it's 100%. Again, in the few places I've dabbled in with Whatnot, which is primarily ephemera, I've done the records. Like I said, it seems to be, very much circular at this point. Again, it's not to say it's going to be this way forever for the lifespan of this product, but it's certainly right now kind of, it's just resellers buying and selling to each other. Yeah, I don't know how long that can sustain either. But again, while it's going, it's a good opportunity. It's a great opportunity to source for us who want to resell. If you're into ephemera, if you're into postcards and magazines and ephemera of all kinds, it's a great place. Check out all the great channels that are out there. Save them to your favorites and bookmark their shows and check them out and see if you could steal some deals. Because sometimes the people that are doing the sales, they go in, most of them, myself included, we have our own expectations set. I know I'm not going to get the $20 I should get for this ad, right? I'm lucky if I get $20 for a lot of 10, which is really ridiculous, but I'm still making money because I know what it costs me to get those 20 ads. So you're making money. You're just not going to make the same return. And the flip side, of course, of that. So that's the downside. The good side is you're going to move it instantaneously, provided somebody bids on your items. It's a nice way to just move inventory, to replenish, and certainly to source. Your own pyramid. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Treasure Maze, how you doing? Welcome to the show. You sold 200 since the script. Hey, Puddings, welcome aboard, man. Welcome. It's always been a good luck charm to be on the show. Come on, everybody knows that already. Everybody knows it's the place to be, especially on Friday nights, right, Puddings? Congratulations, man. That's awesome. Vintage clothing, mostly the same. Sellers buying from, and that's really, I haven't even looked at a clothing auction, to be honest with you, but the ones I, of course, usually look at are ephemera related, postcards for sure recently, ephemera in general, records primarily. Now, I'm one of the exceptions. I would go on Whatnot and try to get some records just for myself because I love music and I have an opportunity, I know for sure, to get them really cheaply. Never mind the shipping aspect, but, really cheaply on Whatnot. And that's the lure for me. So I'm sure there's a handful of people that are out there to just buy for themselves or their own collection, but not in my shows, not in a lot of the people that go into somebody like John's shows. It's all resellers trying to build their own inventory, for the most part. Mrs. Flippett, who is not home tonight, much to my chagrin, she will be out of the office for the next 2 nights, but she'll be back on Sunday. So, hi, honey. Thank you for chiming in. Great to see you. I love you. Yeah, Pudding on fire. That's awesome. Congratulations, man. Multiple sales or just one? And again, everybody can breathe a sigh of relief. You're here. Does anyone want to buy a postcard between Hot Dog and David Brother? I have some to spare. Talk about somebody who goes in. This gentleman right here is a mainstay in almost every Whatnot show I watch, including my own. And he is the poster child for what, at least at this point, Whatnot is. Somebody going in very brightly and doing his own online sourcing, just like people go to the online auctions to source all the time. It's sort of that's, at least in my mind, that's what this is right now. That's what Whatnot is right now. And to Ansley's point, is that sustainable long term? Who knows? Because there's going to be a point where it is, just circular, and I'm not going to resell the same stuff I just bought over and over and make 20 cents. You know what I mean? There is frustration involved with some shows too. It's true. Your turnout seems to get less and less recently. Not in every case, but in some cases. And I think that's part of the reason. It's the same group of people constantly going. And if they don't feel like buying any more of whatever you're selling, then you're not going to get a lot of, you're not going to get a lot of competition within your room. Card sellers or coin sellers, everything they say is loud, fast, and sounds like. See, I don't watch any of that stuff. I remember before I went into Whatnot, a few people had warned me. I don't know if they specified card or coin sellers, but just that there was this younger crowd of kids that were like just screaming and yelling and cursing and music blasting. Not that there's anything wrong with any of those activities, by the way, but I don't know if I want to tune into that to make purchases, But again, to each their own. Multiple sales, the same person. Congratulations. That's awesome. It's sad. What's sad? It could be one of anything. The circular economy piece. Sport card magic. It's all there, but selling for big money. Yeah, there's a huge market for that stuff. You have to watch card shows from the beginning to understand the game they're running. See, I don't know anything about those games. One of my sons loves the Pokemon stuff, and since he was a kid, so he would probably do really well on one of those things. There you go. Not my world either. 4 hours last night with 50 card. Wow, really? Everybody check out Law Dog. I wasn't familiar with who Law Dog is, Steve, so I might have to go give that gentleman a follow, assuming it's a gentleman. But yeah, there's my 2 cents about Whatnot. I think most of us in this room, many of which are in Whatnot, sell on Whatnot, and certainly check out Whatnot, would agree. If you disagree, then go ahead, blast me, but there's really not much to blast. I just, I think if anybody is thinking about doing it and hasn't done it before, and what I mean by doing it is becoming a seller or whatnot, just keep those expectations at bay and just say, okay, I'd like to get into this it's a very hot place to be right now. So it's cool to get in there, but don't expect, unless you have just tons, if you have 5 hours of inventory to show to people and it's something that people want, then yeah, you're going to make a lot of money, but your price per, the amount of money you're going to get per item is probably going to be completely dwarfed by what you could get on eBay. But eBay, you're not going to sell it in most cases, unless you're putting postcards tonight and you sell $200 in 10 seconds. But in most cases, you're not going to make that kind of money instantaneously on eBay. And that's the big advantage, is that instant gratification, that instant sale on Whatnot. I like it from a buying perspective. I was talking to some people about this. Especially for postcards, which is obviously my new passion. It's really cool to see them physically, to see somebody handle, be it John or whoever else is doing a show. Even though it's pretty fast, you're seeing the postcard, you're hearing the auctioneer kind of talk a little bit. Oh, that's a cool card. This is a blah blah blah. So I'm learning as I'm watching these auctions. It's a lot more interactive. Clearly, you could also ask questions to the people, as opposed to just going on eBay and sourcing and trying to find a lot, trying to look for how, again, even with 24 pictures, if you want to buy like 1,000 postcard lot, you're not going to see 99% of the postcards that are in the lot. You're going to see these messes of postcards on a table with a couple of pictures and try to say, oh, that one looks decent, that one looks decent. And then it becomes a numbers game. Well, I buy 1,000 cards, 700 of them might be really, low grade or basic everyday cards. But then there might be 20 that are worth a lot of money. So it's like that with everything. If you buy in bulk, you're going to have a certain percentage that's complete junk, a certain percentage that's pretty decent and bread and butter, as they say. And you're going to have a certain percentage that might be really special. But I love that. The interactive piece of Whatnot is wonderful. And the conversation and being able to see things physically. especially when somebody like John who bangs out like a box of postcards and there's 1,000, whatever it is in a box. Just the experience of seeing 1,000 cards go by is beneficial for me. She's got the card game. Law Dog is Lowell. He was part of people. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know he had a different name. Very cool. Cool. Welcome, Kelly. Welcome to the show. Speaking of somebody who goes out and sources online very brightly, Whatnot is a yard sale. There you go. Yeah, and sellers enjoy the thrill of moving merchandise, but they aren't making money. I mean, you can make money, but I know what you're saying. Again, you're not going to make eBay money. You're not going to make what you would get. You're not going to get the price that we all try to. The nature of capitalism and investing is buy low, sell high, right? So we're all out there trying to buy things as cheaply as possible and flip them for insane profits. That's the nature of the land. On Whatnot, it should be understood that the items you're presenting for your auction was stuff that you sourced incredibly cheaply that you're hoping to make something on and move immediately. That's it. Taking $5 from strangers only thrills was only exactly. I agree totally. Hey Joe, welcome. BNJ Picks, cool. Is that your YouTube channel? Is that an eBay store? Anyway, welcome Joe. Yeah, so that's it. The only reason I was bringing that up, I was watching Don the other night. I know a lot of people like him, don't like him. I don't, whatever you like, I don't care. I've been a fan of his for a while. I watched the show and he was a few people called him out on the Whatnot thing. And he was just kind of saying, well, I don't like it. I can make so much more money on eBay. That's understood. Of course you can, but maybe he's just one of those folks that didn't realize what Whatnot is, at least at this point, is that it's a moving inventory quickly. Now, of course, there's a cost associated with that, is you're not going to get top dollar, but you're going to move products. So if you have a bunch of stuff that you have lots of that you bought really cheaply, you can flip it quickly. So I like it for that. I take it for what it's worth. Might have to do an experiment. How long does it take to sell a 200 card lot on Whatnot, and how much money it brings in versus putting a $200 card lot with 24 pictures on a weekend? Yeah, that's a great idea, actually. Things with 24 pictures, you're still, what's the math there? You could get 8 cards in a picture and get all of them, right? 8 times 25, 200. Yeah, that's a cool idea. Who needs $5 from stranger? We can make $5 from museum. eBay store. Okay, cool, Joe. Yeah, I know I'm preaching to the choir with a lot of you guys. I understand that. I wanted to just say something about that idea. I don't think it was just Don. I think a lot of people that maybe you're successful on eBay, successful on other platforms, you go into Whatnot with these grandiose expectations and they don't come true and you're like, Whatnot stinks. It's not that Whatnot stinks. It's just the approach, the approach. You have to know what you're getting into. People with a following. Well, certainly because, hey, Jay Smith, by the way, people with a following means you're probably going to have more people in your room, in your auction. And again, getting back to the numbers game thing, the more people you have in the auction, the more likelihood you're going to get some bidding action, which is what you want as a Whatnot seller, auctioneer, as I like to say, barker. More people, the more chance for competition. And that's what the whole premise of an auction is, right? Bid it up, bid it up, bid it up. If you just have a handful of people and don't have a lot of followers, odds are if you sell anything, you're going to get whatever your starting auction price is. So I agree with that. The more people you have to bring into the game, your chances go way up. You went and ordered that scanner you mentioned in your video. Oh, yeah, I saw Kelly had a comment, too. He's like, thank God I was trying to figure out how to do this. That's cool, Kelly, that you got the. If you don't have one before, my God, it changes your world. These scanners are awesome. Mine, again, is an ES400, whatever. It's the same thing. It's duplex. It's really quick. John was saying he does, 400 DPI? I usually do 3, but, it's totally the only difference is that it's a minor improvement in quality on the image, but it's also the speed with which it feeds through the thing. It's a little bit faster if you do 300 than 400, but no big deal. Any way you do it, it's so much better than standing over and taking pictures. Oh, I'm sure there's people that make a fortune on it. Yeah, without question. What's one of the mantras we always talk about on this show? And I'm not the first to say it, but it truly is. It's what you sell. It's what you sell. How much you have of it, how popular. It's supply and demand, folks. It's as basic as it gets. It's popularity. Things are highly sought after. People will pay a premium for them, whether it's justified or not. You know, it might be overinflated. So be it. Like the sports card stuff, a lot of people are saying the prices are ridiculous and way overinflated. They probably are. In my world, vinyl, which again you couldn't throw out, you couldn't give away records a few years ago, and now they're like 10 times worth what they should be worth. But that's capitalism. That's how markets move. It's up and down and up and down. So ride the wave while it's up. Try to capitalize. Try to save your pennies for a rainy day, because the crash will come. No matter what industry you're talking about, there'll be a crash. There'll be a housing crash again shortly, probably, because the Fed keeps raising rates. But that's supposed to happen. They want to slow the economy down. That's how inflation gets slowed down. Life is a roller coaster. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to blow past that, Steve. Exactly. A lot of people see Popeye or anybody who's succeeding and says, I could do that. Yeah, well, good luck. It's not that easy. And there's somebody who had a big following from YouTube for years, and not just YouTube, but from an eBay store for 25 years or whatever it's been since they started, 96, 97. Excuse me. So you have a lot of people that are interested in your product, and you capitalize. Yeah, get the folks at Epson to hook you up. That would be good. Picnic with a great point. It helps too, and you've earned people's trust. Exactly. Reputation means a lot. A whole lot. I agree 1,000,000%. You had a 510 duplex in 2012. Okay. You scratched the scanner lens. Oh, all right. Well, you put through how many cards at this point? How many cards would you say you've scanned so far, Kelly? Now, let's just say even the lifespan of your old duplex scanner. How many cards do you think you ran through that machine over these last few years? Emporium, again, the coolest font ever, a Zeppelin-esque font. I love that. Welcome, Emporium, etc. Lucked out with 10,000 postcards, sorted sleeve, and box for $800. Holy cow. Congratulations. New Frontier. Show me one of those. I need to, Mrs. Flippett, hopefully she's not watching or listening right now, but that's what I need. I need a big old 10,000, like I did with the print ads. I got 650 Life magazines, bam, just, from nothing to 650 magazines, which is 100,000 ads or whatever, at least. That's what I need to do in the postcard thing. Not these little 50 at a times, although I like it. But I'm going to be maxed out when I have, what is it, 300, and I just checked before, 381 listings right now, something like that, with postcards. And I'm going to tap out around probably before 500, 450 or something. So, of course, I need new. Show me a nice big old 10,000 card lot. Congratulations, Emporium, etc. I like that approach. Just dive right in. How long will pass the 561,000 for a T-shirt? Longer, how that will. I'm probably just reading it wrong. I'm sorry. I just wonder how long that will pass. 561,000 for a T-shirt. You're saying inflation? It sounds like a nice buy. And is it, go back to this. Is this sight unseen sort of, or was it on eBay? What was this? Maybe you don't want to reveal your sources, but did you find this on eBay? Line of credit through Dell, and they offer Epson scanners, so it's $80 off for each detail. Very nice. Good stuff, man. Hey, Connie, welcome aboard. Good to have you. Connie, you know anybody looking to get rid of 10,000 cards for $800? It is wonderful. I agree. Hey, Johnny, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Cajun Roots Reseller. Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. Go check them out. Promote your channel. Talk reselling. Have a good time. Welcome to the show, Johnny. Good to have you. You got two RPPC lots today in your absence. Oh, yeah, that's the only chance you have, right? Is that she's not in the room. That's why you bought the scanner on Amazon. It was on sale. Could have gotten a refurb, $50 off. But yeah, I like new too. I want to be the one to mess up mine. I mean, with few exceptions. There's some stuff where it absolutely makes sense to buy used, but a scanner, like Kelly said, if you buy it used, you might have some damage or scratches on the lenses, and all your images have that black line through them. Oh, did you? Connie can't be here right now. 150,000. I'm sure John has done far more. You scanned 150,000 cards. Holy cow. That's incredible. Make an offer. How many? 10,000. Calculator comes out. Yeah. Are you on Whatnot? You should go on Whatnot with your 10,000 card. That's a great way to make money. That's cool. So you have a backup. Very good. What's up, Matt? Jackass Retro. Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the show, man. Good to have you. Another postcard guy. All these postcard people coming in. And he's relatively new. 2 years in, I think he said recently, last show. About 2 years of solid postcard work. So congratulations. See, that, you know what's good about this, Connie, and for everybody, including myself, who goes to these auctions, whether it's Whatnot or even the online auction space, if they have postcard auctions, you have to have an off button at some point. At least you think conceptually, you have to have an off button at some point, right? Like, okay, I have whatever the number is in your head. I have 100,000 cards laying at my feet. I really don't need 100,050. And maybe you blow off an auction or two. I understand there's a bug. I understand it's a disease. I completely get it because I'm already starting to like foam at the mouth because I'm down to like 60 cards left. And what do? I need more, right? So it's that addict mentality without question. But it's good to see people like Connie or maybe some other resellers that put the brakes on now and then and just say, okay, I have enough right now. I'll go back in. It's still going to be there. I'll go back to get more when I need it. And some people don't have that off switch. And that's where it gets scary, where you could just become engulfed by the stuff you have. Oh, wow. Very cool. Awesome. That's great work. Really cool. Just put them in a truck or something? How'd you transport? 10,000. Andrew has a few thousand on the marketplace. Nice. Oh, what's for dinner? Doing Chinese again? I'm still hardcore, no carb, everybody. I lost track of when I started. It was on a Thursday. 3 weeks ago Thursday. So whatever the date was there. 15th? 15th. I've lost almost 9 pounds so far, which isn't really great. It's okay. It's better than gaining 9 pounds, right? You also came from an older couple, owned a gift shop in Northern Maine. Kelly and I were talking a little bit earlier about like places to go for postcards. And I was telling him I don't really have, we have this one antique mall that my wife and I frequent because it's across the street from her place of employment. So we go there all the time. It's a nice little place. It's pretty big, actually. There's a lot of booths, but there's a lot of variety. And half of the place is food. The Amish people bring all their, like the meats and the fruits in there. It's delicious. They have restaurants. And there's a bunch of, usual people just that have set up booths and they sell all sorts of stuff. I haven't found, first of all, and this place is pretty big, square footage wise. It's pretty big. They don't have one dedicated postcard booth. They have a couple of people who sell like coins and postcards and, photos. It's just a hodgepodge of things. I haven't found a dedicated postcard guy or postcard seller in this place. And the few other antique malls we've visited, same thing. They'll just happen to be a little stack of postcard mixed amongst other stuff. I'm trying to find a place, the honey hole, as everybody says, locally. And Kelly was inspirational. I was like, don't worry, you'll find it. He goes, I used to drive past the place all the time, not realizing it was there. And I finally peeked my head in, and now it's his go-to place. So I need to find that. I need to find a physical place to go and source postcards. You've exhausted yours too, huh? You thought you had work lined up for me when I got home, but my latest buy ended up being all continental and international. Oh, okay. Which are both frowned upon, right? In the credit card collecting world. I have a handful of foreign ones too. Well, I have the Polish one I've told everybody about for a while, but then I also picked up, when I was doing the new scans, actually, I realized I have a few from Ireland. I have a couple of Canadian. Speaking of which, where is it on? I have a couple Canadian. I have Irish, Polish. I don't remember if there's any other countries. But yeah, I don't know if that's like, the kind of thing that's going to sit there forever or not. Who knows? When in doubt, list it, though. I'm going to list them. Can't hurt to list. You tempted just to buy out the rest of the stock from a collective friend instead of putting it on Whatnot. Oh, that's a good idea. Just to keep some inventory for yourself. Good stuff. Yeah, I need postcards. Yeah, I know. I know. I figured I was speaking a foreign language. But you'd be surprised, man. There are some people that they'll even tell me, like, if I have an auction coming up or whatever, they'll be like, hey, man, I'm going to be cooling it off for the next week or something. I need to lick my wounds. I'll be back next week. And that's totally fine. I think I respect that. But I'm not at the point. I was never a buyer recently. I haven't been a buyer of much stuff. My wife and I go to estate sales. That's where we source. But I wasn't into postcards then. And now that I'm into them, it's basically come down to John shows to build up my inventory. But I want to have another outlet than just John shows, because even John won't be around forever on Whatnot. He's said that he's probably going to do this for a few more months and then get back into the eBay thing. So of course, while he's doing it, everybody get in there and try to get what you can. But I need alternatives, and I need much more quantity. I want something, like, in all seriousness, we were joking about that earlier, about 10,000. I want a really nice big stash of postcards, and I'm not going to run out of postcards in a month or anything. And again, for me personally, it'll be much more learning. The more you research, the more you learn about these things. If I have 10,000 of them, that's a good opportunity to learn. The photo guy has 5,000 for 400, but mostly Continentals. Yeah, and we don't like Continentals. They're too big. You guys, I thought didn't you say you had an off button at some point for something? I thought you told me you did. Maybe off is an extreme word. How about a pause? You have a pause button potentially, even if it's just pausing for an hour. Santa-lot. Any Santas with Uncle Sam? What are they called? See-through? Hold to light. Everybody knows Mark's famous story, $1,900 card he sold earlier in the week, I believe it was. I thought Andrew was done selling and now he's posting all the time. Oh, yeah. Basically bought out every antique mall, 6-mile radius of where postcards are. Did you really? You just go in there? You do what they do in all the videos? How much for everything? I want it all. Those are funny videos. A lot of videos, a lot of people use that title or something. He bought them all. I bought them all with the face. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to do, though, without question. Just take them all. Get a volume discount. Well, there you go. See, Connie, again, showing some reserve here. However you want to word it. Off button, pause button, being picky. Having the ability to take a breath and say, before you just dive in, there's a couple I want to buy for the group, but the rest are just overpriced. All right. Just don't want to interrupt the conversation. Love postcards, folks. Love the postcards. I need more. I need to do something quickly. And I can't just be, it can't constantly be these little 50 card lots. As sweet as they are, I need more. I need one big old stash. That's what I need. Let me take breaks for Whatnot. I still managed to find something on Facebook or locally. Cool. May I, again, coming from somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about, what is it about Continentals that make them unappealing to people that collect? What is it? Just because they're bigger? Like, what's so wrong about Continentals? They're too new? Help me, people. Help me. Well, you really? I can't wait. I'm definitely going to go to the one in York. A little over a month now. I'm about a month and a half away in York, Pennsylvania. John told me to go, so I'm going to go. Check them out. Maybe that'll be my opportunity. The thing is, again, I talked earlier about Whatnot and expectations when you're a seller. To set my own expectations for my first jaunt into a postcard show, these are people that live and breathe postcards, collectors and sellers, right? I'm not going to go in there and steal 10,000 postcards for $800, right? These are people that want to make money, I would think. So I'm trying to figure that out. Like, what's the approach you take when you go into a card show? You're trying to outwit other people and say, oh, they have 100 cards. They don't know what they have. That's weird to me. Yeah, so you do have a stop or an off button. John's eating dinner, so we're going to have to get back with that. Is that what you mean about the Continentals, Kelly? Slow moves. Yeah, but why? What is it that makes them unattractive is what I'm saying. It's not so much about what's unappealing for people to collect. For me, it's having a whole separate storage shipping system for a lower demand. Yeah, but does anybody know why they're low demand? Is all I'm trying to get at. It's because they're too new. Who asked me the other day? I apologize. I told everybody I often watch the replays of my shows almost immediately after I sign off because I try to catch up with stuff I might have missed in chat, or if I had questions, or if I needed answers to stuff that I had asked. So anyway, I'm often reviewing it, and somebody I didn't realize asked me to show them the those Starlight boxes that I have, and I forgot who asked for it. But if you're still there and you remember who you are and you remember when you asked this question, I'd be happy to show you. I have a bunch. We have like my wife uses them for baking, and I think I have like 50 clear Starlight. They're pretty big. I mean, they could fit. You guys tell me. I don't know. Definitely a few hundred cards because I have almost 400 in there now. So I could probably fit about 800. I would think in one of those boxes. But if anybody wants to see one live and in person, I'd be happy to showcase it. People collect nostalgia, so those are the oldest standard cards. One day, chromes will become nostalgic. Yeah, but there's chromes that have the regular form factor, right? They're not all continental chromes, are they? So it is just an age thing. They're too new. Don't have that mindset. A lot of dealers there are willing to let things go for cheap. You just have to ask. Oh, really? Okay. You're talking about the card show thing, huh? I don't have the mindset. I'm trying to set one for myself, Kelly, because I don't know what to expect. That's all. A lot of dealers will have a category they are grossly underpriced. Really, it could be a particular state sign cards. Cool. Thank you, guys. All right, really, just the views are not as good. Continental's not okay. I was going to say chromes because I have a bunch of chromes and they're not big. The standard size, but they are newer. 50, 60, 70s stuff. I think the newest I have is 70s so far. And I could see that that's, it's not that long ago. If it's within a lot of our lifetimes, it's not really old, right? At least that's what I think. Jay Smith says, in addition to the issue with collectors, pictures on the front of Continentals started to get more generic, heavily edited, not just gotcha. Yeah, mass-produced. With sleeves, I wouldn't put more than 607 in those containers. Okay. And again, John did a video on this. Well, in his video series about postcards, I remember he's right. Some of those Starlight things, mine included, they have like kind of a rounded bottom, just slightly rounded. And it's not an issue for most of the cards unless you're right up against the edge. It's true. The bottom of the cards could potentially get bent a little bit. So if anybody chooses to use them like I do, I usually put some sort of a barrier or something, a small one, so that the top level of the box cards aren't directly pressed up against, so I want some breathing room, basically, is what I'm saying, between the cards so that they don't bend. Sellers used to feel the same way about chromes. Okay. Yep. Yeah, well, that's true too, right? It's like as time goes on, things that you used to think are current suddenly become old. Very weird. Use the same bins for Continentals, but you only do 500. Okay. You have to tilt them so that the lid doesn't crush them. Yeah. And with my paltry collection as it stands now, I don't even need a lid. Like I'm not worried about anything spilling. I have one of these boxes. That's all I have. But I could definitely see down the line, maybe put the lids on them, make sure there's some room. So God forbid something spills or something, you don't ruin, a huge collection of cards. But right now, I'm not in that. Unfortunately, I'm not in that position yet with volume. So maybe the card show will be a really big kickstart. That's still a month and a half away, though. I got to get to. I can list 60 cards in a little over an hour, maybe less tonight. I'm not gonna be down to 0 and wait a month and a half. That's not happening. Got to feed the addiction, don't we? Let's see. Did I get any offers or anything? Oh, you know what I wanted to mention to everybody? Do you remember on Monday Night Show, we were debating whether or not to accept an offer on a postcard? What was that postcard? Might be able to show you right now. And I had counted, what was it, $5, I think. He came to me with $5, and I counted at $750. Well, He didn't respond, and I figured, oh, well. And the next day, he responded with $6, and I wound up accepting the $6 just to get a card out of my stock. But it took him 3 days to pay. He finally paid today. But anyway, that card is history. $6, baby. If you're at the first show of York, Pennsylvania, oh, really? Is this like an infamous show? I don't care. I mean, I'm excited about it, Kelly. I just want to see. I want to be in the environment and hang out and just look. You know, who knows if I might not buy a thing. I said this last time. I might just go in with a pen and paper or my phone and try to capture some stuff and listen. I want to do a lot of listening to what people are talking about. Both the sellers and the buyers, what they're looking for, what like somebody said earlier about, there's certain sellers or dealers that just want to get rid of stuff. What are those things they want to get rid of? And why do they want to get rid of them? Like I'm into that kind of stuff. The sociology almost of it. Crunch Continental makes it a normal size again, doesn't it? Connie, congrats on my $6 sale. Yeah, so he came back. I accepted it. Whoopee. Sold another one. I've been selling, a couple. I have 381 listed. I think I sold at least one every day this week, which is, for me, I'm fine with that at this level, because I could see, obviously, as you scale, that's only 300 cards. What if I had 3,000? What if I had 30,000? Et cetera, et cetera. Yes, that was pretty cool. And he finally paid today. It was Falls River, Massachusetts. Yeah. And then I listed a card today. I'm waiting for John to get back. I want to show you. Kelly, I definitely want to show you too. But I listed this one. I'm going to pull it up and I'll share the screen. I listed this one this afternoon and got this offer within 10 minutes of listing it. So I'll show you this one. And then when John comes in, I want his opinion as well. But definitely with Kelly and Connie and Matt here and Steve here and all you guys. And certainly Puddings. I'd like your opinion on this one. When I first saw the card, I'm like, it's a junk card. But then remember we talked about the multi-view thing. I used the term multi-view. So I'll show everybody in a second. Yes, go to the York show. Yes, I will. Really? Oh, that's awesome. See, I didn't know it was the biggest one. I'm pumped. I guess that's a hike and a half for you, right? Would you consider going, or you're not going to go to that one? Gotcha. So 4 times the action. Let me show everybody this present situation. Again, brand new listing. 10 minutes after I listed it, got an offer instantly. It's a low offer, but it's 60% of the asking price, I think. Let me share it with everybody quickly. I just want opinions. I want thoughts. All right, there's the guy. Let me show you the card first. Talking about chromes, I just listed this today. That's my title, Wildwood Crest, which is funny because that's a place that my Beatle band, we play there all the time. That's my description, right? Chrome postcard, Caribbean Motel, multi-view, 70s. And I put TV and pool because of the top left, if you can see this, it says TV pool. And I remember we all talked about that whole TV on thing. So I figured maybe I'd attract somebody with the word TV or the word pool. 10 minutes later, bam, an offer comes in for $7? $7 on my $11.99 listing. I do believe that shore towns, Jersey shore towns, Maryland shore towns, Delaware shore towns are all pretty well collected and popular. So maybe that has something to do with it. But it was just exciting to see. And again, this might be just somebody that's searching for new cards every day. And, at certain periods during the day, like a lot of people do that collect things. And there I was with a new listing that popped up. And he jumped on it. But any thoughts on this one? That's the card. Like I said, nothing crazy. It's from the 70s. It's chrome. Caribbean Motel. It's posted in 73. Dwight D on the stamp. Imagine the stamp's worth $40 million. A popular town, seashore town in New Jersey. You got the station wagon. Very, very early 70s. It looks a lot like Disney World's Tomorrowland theming, actually. That's kind of wild. So let me know what you guys think of this one. And when John comes back, I'd like his opinion. I definitely want Kelly's opinion. Hopefully you can see this, everybody. Let me make it a little bigger. Is that better, everyone? Go to this Yorkshire. Let me catch up. Kelly says whenever he goes, he plans to buy a lot, so you would need 3,000 to 5,000 available. I would drive down because it's a 3-day event. Local show is one dealer. Really? Oh my god. The only reason I haven't been a dealer at a show is every time everybody came, was only looking for local posts. Really, Connie? Well, I might make an adjustment. It's a fresh listing. And why? Can you expound upon the reasons? My thought was Jersey Shore towns seem to sell well. It's multi-view. It's 70s. What's attractive to a card buyer? If you don't mind, Connie, I'd really appreciate it if you could just give me an idea why. No, I didn't see any that had that exact view, Jay Smith. So I'm not taking $7, that's for sure. Because, and again, this is just because I'm new at cards, but this goes for almost anything. I'm sure we've all been in that boat. You try to do a little research, you put an item up, no matter what the item is. You get an offer in like 10 minutes, you're thinking, oh man, I must have really underpriced this. Similar cards. Yeah, but do you see, I mean, I didn't, I did some rudimentary research. I didn't see that exact view. I saw the hotel. Beautiful. There's still time. Hey, Grant. Speaking of Canada, finally we have a Canadian in the house. Welcome aboard, Grant Williams. Have a great, hope you enjoy the show. Well, then that's the first thing we're going to do. I appreciate it. But is it the things that I spoke to? Is that, am I on the right track with why it's a popular thing? Is it just the area itself? Is it the multi-view aspect? Is it the cool 70s cars? What do you think of the palm trees? People just dig New Jersey shore towns. Yeah, mine's better than the other ones. That's what I'm saying. I didn't find this view. Well, God bless all of you. First of all, let's get rid of this screen. The first thing we're going to do is jack the price up. So thank you for that. But again, if somebody could just tell me why, is it because of what I said? Hey, Bartomania, welcome aboard. Dawn, welcome. Good morning again. Well, I don't know if it's one of you Weisenheimers on this show, but somebody just bought the card for my offer, for my price. You thieves. No, I'm only kidding. Hotel and then Solcom single views are going for 519, but this is a multi-view. So a multi-view hotel. I have more of them. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate the input. And again, welcome, Dawn. Hey, Bartomania. Cool, cool, cool. Nothing. We're talking postcards, Bartomania. All good stuff. Don't always have to have the same view. Just look for comparison. Okay. No drama at all. Excitement. Neon signs a good one. Welcome, Jeremy Buys. If you see Solcom stuff far apart, you have to ignore the low stuff. Go towards the higher end. Sure. Yeah, pool and TV, which is what I put in my description, which I thought was well done on my part puttings. Carl, oh, there's more Canadians. They're just lurking. Welcome, Carl. How you doing? Yeah, I know. Be careful, Dawn. Right. Be careful. Well, that card just sold, folks. I don't know if it was one of you guys. If you want, I'll call out your name, but I don't think it is. I don't think it's anybody I know. It's obviously a popular card, and it's sold for the $12 plus. No, not plus anything. $12. Still happy to get rid of it. And the buyer was in Jersey City, a place I worked in for many a year. Good stuff. Good stuff. Sold. I'll take it, but point taken. Yeah, the fact that it's a multi-view is unique, which is cool to know. The Shore Town thing, I get that too. Kelly says the sold comp where it's 11.9 plus 2 is Rose City, and they priced everything. Oh, the store is notorious for just the same pricing. What about it? It's sold for 20 for us. I wish 20 for $12 plus $12 free shipping. But thank you for the advice, everybody. I thought it was an interesting one too. So I'm happy with myself that I recognized that it was a cool card anyway. But I didn't get that the multi-view hotel was kind of unique. Still made $12. Woodbridge, not Woodbridge. Wildwood. Jeremy buys. If you know what Wildwood is in New Jersey, it's just a short town. Place I play 10 times a year with my Beatle band. I remember John had some videos about Ocean City, Maryland is another one, a place we play. All these, there's a bunch of what they call shore towns in this area. New Jersey Shore, Maryland Shore, which is Ocean City, Delaware Shore, of course, Virginia Beach, all that kind of stuff. And supposedly all those shore towns have a following, people that like them and collect those. I don't have Worth Point, Kelly. I might need to get it, though. You want me to show you the picture again? I'll show you the picture, but it's sold. I'm happy it's sold in a couple hours. And I'm happy I didn't give it away for $7. There was a shark in the waters trying to get, let me show everybody what. It is, and they paid, so that's a good thing. Unlike the other guy, made me wait 3 days for $6. Here's the view, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, without question. All right, here's, I'll show you. Kelly was asking about checking out the view. Maybe he'll look it up for me on Worth Point. See, hot off the presses, everybody. Sold, sold, sold. $12 for shipping. That's the view. And you can see that's my title. Wildwood Crest is the again, I know everybody has their own methods. The same thing that I do with my print ads. Like some people say put the word postcard first, whatever. I put my format as the town, the state, the type of then the word postcard, and then whatever the description is. That's what I've been doing. And I want to be consistent with whatever I choose to be my format. So that's how that one read. And I did put TV and pool in there in the description. But that's the view, Kelly, if you want to check it out. And I did put multi-view, thanks to you guys from the last couple of shows telling me about multi-views. Cool. And I was looking for some TV on stuff, but there was no, you can't, I mean, they might have TVs on in the room, obviously, but I couldn't see them. So I just put TV and pool on that one. Pretty cool, right? And again, it was posted in 73. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give this is my own personal card. Mr. and Mrs. Lloyd Humble. This is my great-grandparents. So this was a card given to my great-grandparents who resided in Tampa, Florida. They both died in 1983. They were both over 90 years old when they died. They were cherished. My grandfather, Lloyd, so this is Mr. and Mrs. L., is the one who gave me a stamp collection. He was the one that always used to tell me when I was little that I'm going to inherit this amazing stamp collection. He'd been collecting since the 1890s. And so anyway, we found in the stamp collection a bunch of postcards that my wife pulled out. So this is actually my great-grandparents' postcard. And they were already in their 80s when they got this in 73. So it's pretty cool. But I'm glad to see that, you know, somebody else might enjoy it. But that was my own personal card, everybody. I profited because it cost nothing, Kelly. It was free. So I'll take it. Yeah, I will. No, I appreciate it, Con. I should have asked you guys. Say we should have listed that one tonight. You would have also 15, 20. I'll take the $12. It literally was free. Literally, everybody, literally. But it was free. Terra Peak leads me to price cards low. Worth Point leads no price cards high. Yeah. And like Kelly said, go with the higher. Because the good thing is, you know, they sold at that premium at some point, right? So why not? Yep. Profited from 0 to 12. I'll take it. And got experience and had a 5-minute discussion on the card tonight. So I'm sure my great-grandparents are very proud. But that one was sold in a day, folks. Sold in much less than a day. Sold in like 8 hours, 7 hours. Probably around noon I listed it. Let's see. What else did I list today that I can question everybody? That one was, I mean, really fast. 10 minutes later, bam. I want to see if there was any that I was questioning as I was listing them. I have a bunch of old restaurants that I thought was kind of cool because it's like a dining room scene or like the chef cooking in the kitchen. I think is kind of cool. I look for things like that. At my level, what I'm doing a lot of the time, of course, Kelly's right. Check out WorthPoint, check out comps. I do. But just my first impression of some of these cards, just visually and stuff, is what leads me to do further research. Like I figure if I think it's a cool image or a scarce image or something unique, that maybe other people might think the same thing. I think all the other cards, like I'm trying to see if I had any higher priced, and $12 is a higher price right now for me. Like most of mine are $5.99, $6.99, $7.99. I'm just scanning through some cards I listed, everybody. Grumman's Chinese Theater. There's like 10 million Grumman's Chinese Theater cards. My God. I did pick up a lot from Popeye. They're all California cards. It wound up being like 160 cards or something, £1.50. And I did list all of them just recently. Tons of San Francisco, which again, I think is kind of oversaturated a little bit. But still, if I make $4, $5, $6 on those cards, times 100, whatever, I'll be very happy. Yeah, I don't think I had anything else really cool today's listings that I was like, let me talk about that tonight. But that one, because I had got the offer instantaneously, I said, there's got to be something on this one that we could talk about. I don't see anything else really cool, I don't think. A lot of main cards I have, Kelly, by the way. Got a bunch of main cards. All right, well, that was fun. So we just sold a card live on the show. We got Puddings selling $200 worth. Yeah, hold on, let me catch up. Connie stepped away. Yeah, it wound up selling as we were talking about, and I said, watch, one of you guys probably bought it from me, but I don't think so. That's fine if you did. I don't care. But I was just going to go in and tweak the price, and all of a sudden I said, why is it not available? Because it's sold. Matt does well with California. I have a bunch that don't sell it off. Really? You sell more East Coast. Cool. Yeah, and Kelly, I have a bunch of main cards up. I have that, for me, big stack, 160 California cards, but which makes it really easy to list, by the way, when you have the same state. I'm sure everybody knows that, but I'm using that third-party piece, and it's so lightning fast to list on that thing. Oh, man, I could have made $15, $20. I'll take 12. Is it really that big of a deal? Absolutely not. Was it free? Yes. But a sale is a sale is a sale, isn't it? I've also noticed on my traffic, my impressions are up like 30% over the last week. And I attribute that, I would think, to all these postcards I'm listing. That's kind of cool. All good stuff. Well, what do you think? Does anybody want to take a look at some cards that I have left? I don't have that many. I have a lot of greeting cards, which again, just my own preference. I'm not saying whether they're good or bad, but the greeting card stuff doesn't appeal to me as much as the views do. And most of the cards I have are views. But I do have a handful of embossed, like Easter cards, stuff like that. To me, it just sounds kind of generic and ho-hum. They're old, but just because they're old doesn't mean they're valuable. And then I do have a few more like view cards that we could take a look at if anybody's interested. I'd be happy to do that. Again, we talked about it on Monday, and I'm sure by this point, most everybody is stuck with this new eBay tool. I've heard a bunch of people. There's a lot of videos out there already complaining about it. And Kelly said it the other night on Don's show, and I said it before that too, but it really is true. You just got to adapt and move on. Is it life and death, folks? No. Is it a pain in the neck? Sure. It's a pain in the neck. But I'll get used to it. I don't list on phones or anything. So for me, visually, it's just I don't like the way it's all just, I keep using the word linear, how it's just like scroll happy. It's just everything's in the middle and you just got to keep scrolling and scrolling. When you're on a desktop, it's a pain in the neck, to have to keep scrolling down and scrolling down and scrolling down to fill out all these stupid fields that they want filled out. Yeah, Matt does well with California. Cool. Yeah, I got a nice little stack from Popeye auction, which I'm digging. Welcome, Jersey Mike's. Oh, yeah, sure. Gotcha. Well, Popeye, we just sold a card while you were gone, and I was going to bring you in to question it. It was, I'll show you two. It was one of yours that I bought. Wildwood Crest, a hotel called the Caribbean. It's from the 70s. It's not like super old or anything, but it had a multi-view, and I listed it this afternoon. I think it was around noon or so. And about 10 minutes later, I got an offer on it for like 60%. And I'm like, oh man, why is this so popular? And I just brought it up on the show. And as we were going through it, everybody said, oh, that card's like 15, 20 bucks. It sold for 12. So I'll take it. But Connie and Kelly really helped. So did everybody that knows postcards. Dreamy Buys was talking about it, and Steve was talking about it. But the attraction was that it was Wildwood Crest. I know the shore towns do well. Maryland, Jersey, Delaware, Virginia. And it's a multi-view hotel and a neon sign. I'll show you the picture really quick. Let me show you so John can check it out. And he could say, you idiot. I still got 12 bucks. And it was my own personal. No, this was not your card. I apologize. It was my card. It's from my great-grandparents. I inherited a stamp collection 40 years ago from my great-grandfather. And in that was some postcards. So when we were going through boxes and I was getting into the postcard thing recently, I picked a couple. And this is from 73. So it's a much newer card. Like he was 80 years old already. But it sold for 12 bucks. Let me show you. So I apologize. This is not a Popeye card. We'll show it one more time for anybody who might have jumped in. Still waiting for payment on another item. What's up with people not paying? 2 days. Come on. And that's on CD box set. In case anybody doesn't know, CDs are great things to sell, folks. If you can get them cheap. Okay. John, I want to show you this. Hey, Cameron, how you doing? Welcome, man. Oh, and Matt likes the holiday cards. You could bust them out super fast, super easy. Yeah, they're all super easy to list. What's up, Cameron? Yeah, the greeting card thing. You call them holiday, whatever. Greetings. They have. It's not just holidays. It's like the birthday greetings and get well and all that kind of generic junk. Okay. Let me show John this thing. Because my question, it sold live on the air, John. Like as we were talking about this card, it sold. So I thought somebody in the chat picked it up. But I don't think that's the case. At least they haven't fessed up to it. Yep, 15 to 20, absolutely. Well, this one sold for 12, which I'm happy with. And that's the image. And there's my title, which I thought was good. Wildwood Crest, Chrome, Caribbean Motel. I put multi-view, thanks to all you guys talking about the multi-views. It's posted in 73, and I put TV and pool because of the popularity of that TV on thing you guys were telling me about. So I think the title was good. It's a cool image, and that's the postcard. And Connie and Kelly both said we were discussing this postcard, and it sold as we were discussing it. But they were both saying I'd price that up 15, 18 bucks. So I got 12. It was free. But that's my great-grandparents, Lloyd A. Humble, Mr. and Mrs. from Tampa. That's where they lived. And this was just in a box with a bunch of others with stamps. And I pulled it out and listed it. So it's all profit for me. All 12 bucks are all mine. Plus my 57 cents to ship it. But that's the image. I think I did a good job with the multi-view thing is big. And then who said about the Dreamy Buys, I think mentioned the neon sign would have been a good keyword to put in there. But TV and pool, I did put in my title. So anyway, any thoughts on that? If you want to just, cap it off. What's up? Not sure if it's vintage. Vintage postage stamps are great for void fill. Yeah. You're going to blow out a box of jersey cards. There you go. Yeah, there's something to that for me too, Steve. They're not very appealing. Some of them are nice looking. A lot of them, the ones that I have anyway, they're all embossed and they have glitter on them. They look nice, but they don't have any pizzazz. They're kind of generic. But as long as they sell, I don't really care. I'm not an art critic. Classical CDs? Yeah, the classical sell really well, Dawn. Sure. Anthropomorphic? is always a good word to learn. Winter cabin scene, holiday mistletoe, icicles. Some of those generic Christmas cards under 20 cents per card and whatnot. I'll check the storage unit. There you go. Ask the guys, not sure. I'm new to this. Matt says Halloween period. There you go. John, did you see the card? Anything to add to it, to why it's valuable? Everybody kind of alluded to the same things that I presumed, but I should have priced it a couple more higher. But I still sold it in about 8 hours, so I'll take it. That's the image one more time. If there's anything you want to add, the quote-unquote old cars, palm trees, the neon sign was a great point. And then just that popularity of those shore towns, they definitely are popular. Yeah, Kelly's not a fan, if I remember, either of the greeting card stuff. Yeah, not a fan, right? Oh, sorry to hear you're sick. Oh, really? Just because of the scarcity of them? Like, how many groundhog card days are there, right? Labor Day, cool. Decemberween. Yeah, feel better, man. All right, well, anyway, that's that one. Don't want to beat it to death, but I got it. And I appreciate all the advice, everybody. Thank you. So that one's out the door in a couple hours. Always a good feeling. But my suspicions were right. When you get an offer 10 seconds after you list something, the eyebrow goes up. You're like, what did I do? Yeah, I hope you feel better, man. That's awful. The title on sale, good. Yeah, thank you. I thought it was pretty good. So $12 isn't terrible, right? But I probably could have got a little bit more. It's all right. Learning experiences. I didn't give it away. Somebody before, the reason I pulled it up was I got an offer 5 minutes, 10 minutes after I listed it for $7. I didn't take it, because like we discussed on the show on Monday about the $5 offer I had on a $12 card. They're like, no, if you start getting in the habit of accepting these lowball offers, people are going to go there and try to prey on you and say, the guy always takes 50% off. He's desperate. That's not happening. But at the same point, if I'm priced fairly, I just want a competitive offer. So anyway, 10-minute thing, I'm like, ooh, this must be something interesting about this card. So I brought it up on the show while you were having your sandwich, and sure enough, the thing sold for $12. I was going to go in and tweak the price and up the price, and it sold. So I'm happy at $12. Oh, you're welcome, man. I hope you feel much better. I had it in January. It wasn't fun. That's a good point. Yeah, not so much an offer, but when it sells, yeah. Yeah, I totally agree, Connie. I had a warning sign with the offer, but I knew it was popular, obviously, because I had a bunch of I had not a bunch, but I had several views, which nowadays is a novelty when you have several views, like right out of the gate. Whoa. I think most of us, there's a lot of listings that still have 0 views after a week of something. It's just ridiculous the way that they changed the whole view count thing. Whatever. You saw it never priced above 5. You can only imagine what I gave. Yeah. I guess that's true. Yes. 900 CDs for $220. A&A. Sure. I'd like to know what was in there, a little more specific. What's the math there? 30 cents a disc? I mean, it's pretty great. But maybe you can't do a little more digging as far as, styles of music and stuff. Exactly. It makes you go look. That's why I brought it up on the show. Beachy Town Bolos. Yep. This one, that summer is over and people are dreaming about. Ooh, really? Okay. There you go. So get your beach cards up, folks. Yep. Oh, 160? Well, that's fantastic. For how many discs? For 900 discs? It's like 20 cents a disc? I'd take it. Why not? Wouldn't be surprised if your offer acceptance percentage affects the algorithm that presents offer suggestions to customers. You wouldn't be surprised if your offer acceptance percentage affects the algorithm that presents offer suggestions to customers. Very interesting. collectively, not just mine or yours, right? Just the grader. They probably check every day to see what the percentage is. That's a great point. 24 cents, yeah. I mean, how do you not, Grant? Take a chance. I might buy some from you. I love CDs. I love music. Yeah, exactly. Right. And I certainly didn't accept the 50%. So, we were on a show. Weren't you on it with us, Matt? On Monday it came up, right? I had the $5 offer on a $12.99 or $11.99 card. But see, the thing there is I had it priced higher. The comps were like $6, $7, $5 or $6, I think. And a few people were saying, well, you're actually, that offer is actually a fair offer and everything. Well, anyway, I waited. I did wind up counter offering at $7.50. I feel silly when items are so relatively cheap. Come on, $10, But I came back with $7.50 and he didn't answer, so I assumed it was gone. And the next day he came back with $6. I wound up accepting it just to move a card. And then based on what we were all talking about on Monday, that $6 was a good price for that card, that view that I had. So what the heck? Get rid of it. Yeah, it's got to be done, Grant. Oh, specific to your listings. Okay. No offers? You don't have offers available, or you're not getting any offers? Yeah, without question. Same with me. At least. Best offers. And then what percentage, I know Kelly's numbers driven kind of guy. What percentage of your view, everybody, this is for everybody, what percentage would you say of your sales come from sending offers out to buyers, not best offers received in? What percentage would you say represent, a direct result of offers you send out on a daily basis? Because mine's pretty good. It was doing really well. It kind of got slower, but I was probably around 25, 30% of the offers were accepted usually, which isn't terrible, I don't think. Because if that feature didn't exist, that's 25, 30% of sales that wouldn't be out there. My favorite thing eBay ever did was the best offer thing. Offers to watchers. Whatever. Year to date. Let's go year to date. I want a nice sample size. You send out, you don't have offers turned on. Yeah, yeah, the very good point on you weren't on earlier in the show, but we were talking about getting a giant postcard, not giant, but like a 10,000 postcard collection, which for me would certainly be a giant collection. Somebody was getting one for $800 for 10,000 cards. I'm like, that's phenomenal. I need something like that. I want a big old stack. So same thing, yeah, with the CDs. If you get 900 discs, you're going to make money. Hopefully they're in decent condition. Condition is king. Not so much the cases. The cases are easily replaced, but the CD itself, try to give a look. Make sure they're not all scratched up. That's what I was saying. Same thing with me, Connie. Like the last month or so, my that 25, 30% success rate has gone down. I'm probably hitting about $1.80 now. I was hitting 300. Now I'm probably down in the Mendoza line. But we talked about this in the beginning of the show. Ups and downs. That's how markets move. It's ups, it's down. That's interesting, guys. Okay. You get about 10% return? Well, sure, right. Of course. Well, that's really what I mean. What's your batting average? If you send out 20 offers a day, how many are you getting back? 28. Cool. 28 best offers, 19 seller initiated. Wow. Quite the breakdown. I totally agree, Jay Smith. Yeah, for me, it's probably since Labor Day-ish. It's my success rate is probably under 20% now. I should mark it all down. I don't have every number listed. Some people really thrive on that. I think it's good practice for sure. But sometimes in the interest of getting stuff up, I don't obsess on every single number out there. But I know for a fact I was like 25 to 30% sometimes success rate. Like Matt said, of course, 30% of what I sent out. But now it's probably under 20% this last month and change. But it'll go back up. That's what things do. They go up, they go down. That's fair enough. That's one of the nice things about having your own store on eBay. Usually send out 5 to 4% off offers with no ability to counter. I agree. I don't put an ability to counter either. And you have to be careful. If you do that on the phone, you have to tick a what do you call that? Like a bar. You have to just move it off to not allow. It defaults to allow them to counter. You have to unclick that. I'm not. Yeah, especially like this cases, let's say you're running a sale and you'd have your a category on sale for 20, 25%. And you get a bunch, which really, for me, usually all that does is it gives me more watchers, which is a good thing. But now you go into your watcher pool and you're like, all right, I'm going to give them another 10%. That's a 30% discount. I'm not going to give them the ability to come back and start giving stuff away. Again, depends on what it is, how long it's been listed, how much you have into it, all the usual parameters. Also, Matt, if it's a lower percentage off, I get fewer accepted. Right. Like it has to be a decent. I think 20 is almost just standard. If you're not going to offer at least 20% off, they probably won't look at them. There you go. Pull it right down from the old eBay. Stop sending offers for a trip. You had customers message me with decent offers every day since. Really? That's right. Oh, did you put that right into the description? There you go, 9.5. Over the course of what period would you say, Carl? Like Kelly was doing year to date, like over how, what kind of a time span? $16.6 best offer sales. And you counter? Yeah, I don't do that. I don't allow that. Good stuff, Grant. Yeah, 25 cents, 24 cents. Come on. Make it happen, man. No counter. I agree, Dreamy. Nice. Everybody's kind of in the same, but I mean, that's a disparity, I guess, 29 versus 20, but it's cool. I love that you guys all have this stuff quantified or pull it down from eBay. Yeah, exactly. That little allow counter. That's why I've done that now and then. Like if I'm on the road, especially all summer when I was doing a lot of road gigs, I get offers, so I had to use my phone for that. I'm not anti-phone. I can't list on my phone, but the other stuff like that, research to make an offer if you want to buy something, or to entertain offers when they come in. And Kelly's right. That's stupid. There's a little unchecked thing you have to flip on every single time. It defaults to allow. 54% of your sales are without offers. Cool. 10% on newer listings. And newer is defined as, Connie, in your world? It's a relative term, too. You send out offers for 10% off every Saturday. Really? That's cool. The lazy and greedy reseller. You only have counters on high dollar items, and I stop my offers no more than 10% if I allow counters. Cool. It's really cool to hear everybody's different approaches. 9.5. Okay, year to date. Good. So that's a nice sample size. We're in 9 months in, right? Your numbers the last 30 days. Okay. Popeye chiming in. Best offer sales 30% up 68. Wow. Down 22. Wow. You think that's a byproduct of not listing, Popeye? Yeah, that's again. I don't think anybody's really criticizing anybody who allows or disallows those functions. It's nice to have the option to do either one. If I'm giving out an offer, if I'm sending out an offer, that's my offer. I don't want to haggle over the offer. Specifically, if something's on sale anyway, and if I just want to move something and blow stuff out, I might go above and beyond. And if I capture a whole bunch of new watches from putting the sale on, which usually happens, sometimes I'll go in and do an additional whatever. And I'm not going to entertain an other offer after that. You know what I mean? Then you're at that dreaded 50% point. That's not happening. What is this, a Whatnot show? eBay is not Whatnot. Cool. Yeah, no counters on mine either, Connie. Not that there's anything wrong with that, as Seinfeld said. Best offer sales are 30% of your sales year to date, which is up 96%. Wow, really? I don't know what's considered normal. I mean, if you just take a look at all these numbers, and thank you everybody for putting these numbers up. Here's another case where guaranteed I'm going to watch this show later and I'll start writing down everybody's numbers, not to stalk their individual stores or anything, but just to get a sense of what the averages are. It's good to know because we're all in the same business here. 31% for CJ. Look at everybody going to their reporting. Love it. And Kelly provided the path if you need to pull that up on eBay. Pretty much in the same boat, but interesting to see how everyone is doing. Yeah, it definitely is. There's definitely room for your store to improve. Oh, always, man. Everybody, I'm sure everybody could say that. 17.5 seller initiated. Exactly. You're not like nurturing the store anymore. You're sending less offers, and since you're not listing, yep. Makes sense, but you're still making money. I don't know. You were saying in your video, you're probably going to get back on the horse with eBay in a couple of months, right? Maybe like New Year's or so. Yep. Oh, okay. That's your approach. I can see that. Yeah, and of course you could decline it. Depends on how many times, how much table tennis you want to play with somebody and go back and forth and back and forth. Depends on the value too. I mean, I wouldn't go back and forth on a $10 postcard. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to spend an hour fighting over a buck. But again, it's all relative. It depends on what you do. What do you send on? You made a boo-boo. Your sales via sent offer is 13.2. Okay. I don't feel as bad because I'm under 20, but I thought that was low. I was having a really good success rate, primarily with my ads. Like I was sending 20% offers all the time on the ads and getting a really good, 30%, 25, 30%. I thought that was excellent on whatever offers I sent on a day. And pretty much every day without fail, up until I will say the last month or so, it's gone down a little bit, but I probably have 15 to 20 a day that I could send out conservatively. Yep. Yeah, that's for sure. I think everybody who's in Whatnot can say that right now. When did you start, John? I started at the beginning of June. I was approved on a Memorial Day weekend, which was really cool. I put my application on the Friday of Memorial Day weekend, which I thought, forget it. 3-day weekend, nobody's going to look at it. I was approved the next day. It's like, holy cow. And then I heard other people wait like a month to get approved. I heard other people that's probably just luck. Maybe they were working Saturday morning and they wanted to go home. So I'm only in it since June. Average sale price, 41. Yeah, definitely. That's a great stat. $41 average, almost $42 average sale price. That's phenomenal, Carl. Moons, how long you've been listed? Since I send most of my offers from my phone, there's no percentage option. But anyway, see, it's another shortcoming of the phone. I like the ability to go down. Again, I'm going to talk about ads because that's what I have. The majority of my listings are ads, even though I'm catching up. No, I'm not catching up yet, but I'm about 10% now of my ads with postcards already. But anyway, I like to do like a bulk offer send out, which I use the website for. You can, select all of them, and then you have to put a percentage in at that point. You can put like just 20% across the board and send out 20 offers with one click of a button. I like that option. The phone would be frustrating to have to go in individually. A lot of limitations on the phones. It's a nice little extra thing, but the site is the site. Yeah, you're up. Your buys are up 800, huh? That's conservative. Yeah, that's a great sale price, man. $42 per. Ephemeral estate was fast track beginning of summer, I'm pretty sure. You think so? Wow. Congratulations, Dreaming Buys. They were trying to build up that category. Yeah, that's probably true. And hopefully Paperpalooza went a long way towards that. And speaking of which, tomorrow night, Ephemerama 2, baby. 5 to 10, East Coast. I'll be on at 8. John's on at 10. Ben is on. He's opening the festivities at 5. That's why I don't use the app for many things. It's so limited. Yeah, you have to quantify every aspect of your quote unquote work, though, right? Time doing this, time doing this, time. I'm sure it's might be a good exercise, though. Kelly's sales price dropped this year because you dumped 35 totes of hard goods. I discounted all of it by 50% just to get rid of it, right? To make room for more postcards that you were buying. Oh, wow. You just started May 1st. Okay, cool. Me too. Yeah, it was approved the next day. I don't know how. The rest is history in John's case. You're only 5 months in. You know, you think of all the years you worked doing the job you did and all the time away from your family and all those cold winter mornings and all those just an awful. Again, 30 years on Wall Street, so I know 30 plus years on Wall Street. And could you have a dream at the time that you'd be able to sit at your computer and make way more from the comfort of your own chair? It's a beautiful thing to have perspective on, no matter what career any of you come from. I know a lot of people still work, obviously, and do this part-time, and I'm trying to build up to a full-time. And kudos to all of you for doing that. The younger, the better. But it's amazing when you have decades of doing something you didn't want to do under your belt and you get the freedom of this. It's just remarkable. Beautiful thing. Never taken for granted. There's a young guy in my band, our youngest member. He just turned 30. He's the guy who lives in Lidditz, right by York, Pennsylvania. He's 30, so he's been working like 7-8 years or so, and he's already had it. He's in like a corporate environment as well. And we're at the point now with the shows that he might be able to burst out of there and not have to work, because he's still single. He's not engaged yet, but he's going to get engaged. He's still single, doesn't have responsibility, quote unquote, of a family or anything like that yet. And he's in a position where with our Beatles shows, he'll pretty much be able to just do the shows. And we're going to do another project too, musical project, which I'll probably make an announcement on when it happens officially. But between those two pieces of income, he won't have to work in corporate America anymore at that baby of an age, So I love that. I love to hear stories like that of people that, for us old timers, quote unquote, who spent decades doing something awful that they didn't like to do, but had to do something. It's so rewarding. And I would love to see like the Kellys of the world, who's an early 30s guy too, if he could get out of doing whatever he's doing and just focus on this and raise a family proudly, mission accomplished. It's the best feeling in the world to be self-employed. We got Kelly doing more creepy things. Let's say, hope this is too weird. Yeah, it is. You tracked your whatnot sales for the first 3 months to see how well it was going for you. Rough estimate, of course. Kelly is a disciple for sure. You'll be on your Roku. No problem, man. Enjoy. Feel free to chime in when available. Oh my God. What does that even mean? But yeah, I mean, point taken, no matter what that is. Looking at the total sales graph really shows the drop off after I started listing at the end of March. Sure. 25 years in banking. There you go. The sooner the better, man. Absolutely. Godspeed on that quest. Got to get out. We have a joke, buddy of mine in the Beatle band. He's still doing. He's my year older than me, and he wants to burst free of what we call the cube. The cubicle in the offices. We're like, I hate the cube. We got to get out of the cube. That's the expression we use. He's knocking on the door of being able to finally, mid to late 50s, burst out of the cube, even if it's a few years short of 62, 65. That's time well spent, So I hope he could do it too with the Beatles stuff. Because it's not to complain and whine. People do a lot. I mean, God, people have done jobs that dwarf, make us look like we're have it on easy street, but it's still tough, to do something you don't like to do. And I used to travel 2 hours each way, driving to the city and all that stuff. And as we've discussed, I was in 2 huge world famous terrorist attacks in my building, and it's just enough, stress, years of your life gone forever. So still relatively young, healthy, and be able to do this is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Sorry, I clicked on the same thing. Got rid of a fair amount of hard goods yesterday. Yes, you did. You were telling me about that. Yeah, that's awesome, Space. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? Good evening. Welcome aboard. The listing show has turned into a chat show, but that's okay. We looked at some listings. You were averaging 15 to 18 those first 3 months. Now 5 to 9. I've not done as many shows, and back then I was pretty much the only post. Exactly. You started a whole industry. None of those people copying. Still doing well. Doing it wrong. How you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Good to see you. No, you've always been extremely transparent. On eBay, before you were doing Whatnot, you would talk about your eBay sales itemized on a daily basis. I think that's cool. The second one was off the chart. You stopped being weird after mid-August. Yeah. You got your fill. It was purely for research purposes, Kelly. So pandemic got your entire work group out of the cube. Now you work from home in your pajamas, which is still cool. That's a great point, by the way. Yes, a lot of cube-bound individuals were freed briefly for a year or so. But the guy I was telling you about, my friend, he does mortgages. He's a mortgage underwriter, and he's been doing this since mid-'80s too. Like I was in Wall Street. And he had a brief reprieve from the cube. He was home, and he thought maybe this would be the way of the world, because it sort of proved the thing that we've known for a while now. Those of us who worked in cubes, you could do 99% of everything you had to do in a cube at home. You know, ever since the computers became prevalent in emails and all this stuff, you could do exactly the same thing sitting in your house, right? But for whatever reason, his company, after whatever the period was, after a year or so, they said, all right, everybody back. And he had to go back, and he had to sit there with the stupid mask on, dying with this mask on in a room. And he's like, why don't you just let us work from home? So he was once again, the cube captured him once again. And now, again, we're on the very, very close to the point where he'll be able to finally break free. And that's not doing eBay or anything. That's just doing the band. So I have two things, thank goodness. I have the band, which keeps blossoming, and another band, which is taking off. And of course, the whole reselling thing. Plus, my wife has a bakery, which I bake in every day. Plus, she works at a funeral home for some silly reason, just to get out of the house. so we're doing good. Kelly has all his eggs in one basket, trying to figure out some other venues if eBay goes down the toilet. That's a topic on many shows about, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I know Dawn Wright, I hope I'm not speaking out of school, but Dawn has a very nice Etsy store, so she's playing in at least Etsy and eBay now. I think it's good advice. I mean, I'm not going to make any predictions. Who knows? We don't know what's coming around the corner in an hour, but I would think eBay is going to be here for a while. They've been here for a long time. They were one of the first, if not the first, other than the Yahoo auctions and all that stuff, which I remember very well. But hopefully they might morph a little bit. They might, there's a lot of people, spreading rumors about they might buy Whatnot and everything. And whatever happens. But the few that I've dabbled in outside of eBay have been utterly unsuccessful for me personally. Etsy is a disaster for me. I'm lucky if I sell one or two things a month on Etsy. Amazon, I tried really briefly, but they weren't able to give me that gating thing for the ads that I wanted to list on there. So I blew them off, even though it's a great cost, $30, $35, whatever it is a month. And that's it pretty much, except when you sell something. But, what was the other one? I do sell on Discogs. I do okay on that, but I don't have enough volume to like live. If all I had was Discogs, I'd be out in the streets. What's the other one I did? And then the hip stuff, which again was unfortunately woeful sales wise. So I don't know where this other place is personally for me. And for you as a postcard guy now, Kelly, like where are you going to go? Del Camp, I know, has some postcards, but I don't know. It's a great topic. I hope it never comes to the point where we're all screwed and we all have to find something because eBay goes under or something. But I wouldn't imagine that would happen anytime soon. But again, you never know. Wow. Yeah, my months were 600 to 1,000 a day. That was all on eBay, obviously, right? I agree totally. Doing it wrong. Hopefully. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, not a Poshmark guy personally. Yeah. Even if you sold everything for $1, it'd be really wealthy. Who is Mike? I don't know who Mike is. You guys are throwing names out up there that I don't know. I'm actually waiting on, speaking of Beatles shows, I'm waiting on news of a possible new show coming up on next weekend. Waiting for confirmation. That would be cool. We already have one on the 15th, 14th, next Friday. And then we might have another one on the same day, 2 shows in one day, which would be really cool. One in the afternoon and one in the evening. So hope that happens. So if you see me looking like this constantly, it's because I'm looking for confirmation. Hold on. Hold on. All right, guys, got to take care of a business call here, a business text. We got a show, so that's cool. So now I have 2 shows next on the Saturday the 14th. It's gonna be tough. 2 90-minute shows. What is that? 3 hours, and about an hour drive in between them. It's about 2 hours to get up to the first show, then an hour drive intra show. All right, cool. So we got the gig. Good stuff. Good stuff. Honey, I got the gig. Did you see the message? We have 2 shows next Saturday. Mike Greensboro. Okay. Today we'll do what Mike Tobias leftover short stock at York. Ooh, I'm gonna be in York for sure, Popeye. Hopefully you're there. Be cool to meet you. My wife is gonna be coming with me. That's how most wealthy people, smart wealthy people, that's how they get wealthy, as they say, is they don't live lavishly. They live within their means. Even if your means are $1 million. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Poshmark. I hate having to share constantly. Me too. Yep. We got the show, honey. Next week, 2 shows. To buy bulk stuff. Sometimes he lets the stuff go for cheap. He sells his dollar boxes today for 100, 150 a box. Which is what, 800 some odd cards, right? As a box? You think so? Yeah, I heard about that last night. Naver, is that what it's called? You think they're going to change the name of Poshmark and all? Or is it just kind of they have a new parent company? What did you say? What's coming up on your next whatnot, Popeye? You had mentioned jersey cards. Did you say a bunch of jersey cards for those people missing the shore? Go to the PA show, and if Mike is there, pick through even just $1 box. Oh, really? Well, hopefully somebody could direct me to who Mike is. Are you going to that one, Popeye, for sure? It would be great because you could show me around. Gonna be so lost. We're going to a postcard show in New York next month, honey. In case you didn't know, around Thanksgiving. York is right by where Tyler lives. It's like an hour and a half west of us. CJ says, in case you haven't, putting up the Etsy shop. Thank you, CJ. I do like, I've mentioned it several times. I love Dawn's shop. My wife picked up a couple of things from her because, and not just because it was Dawn, honestly, because she had nice things and it was presented really, really well. Very pretty shop over on Etsy. So definitely check that out. Thanks, CJ. Dawn's always posting everybody else's links, so I think it's only fair that we all go visit Dawn over on Etsy. In fact, she has some pretty... did you get those things listed that you showed me earlier today, Dawn? The swan duck things, whatever they were. I think it was swans. Yeah, it is nice, isn't it? It just gives off a cozy vibe, like when you look at it. It's a cozy, comforting, nice-looking place to go. My wife really enjoyed it. Yeah, very nice shop, absolutely. You guys want to look at some postcards quick? Even if we don't list them, maybe we'll just go through a couple of cards that I have left. Matt already left. He's watching on Roku, listening on Roku. I was going to show some of he likes the holiday cards, and I have some. You're cool, man. We got to definitely meet, and you got to walk me around. Like, even that would be priceless, just to hang out together for a bit. And you could, I mean, if you don't mind, buy whatever. I swear to you, I don't know if I'm buying anything. I really just want to kind of learn. It'd be cool to just hang out and kind of watch what you look for and stuff. I would love that. And you could just say, don't get that. That's junk. Or this is good. Try to get that one. And more importantly than, like we kind of went into with the hotel card a little while ago, I need to know why are Continentals, like we talked about earlier, why do Continentals stink? Why does nobody like them? What is it? Why did that hotel card? Why is that appealing? Why Mark's famous $1,900 card? What was so incredibly great about that card that made it so valuable? I'd like to learn about that kind of stuff. What collectors like Popeye's video today. Collector, he opened the thing up. It wasn't just how to put a trim around or a border around your card. It was why, the importance of it to collectors who are out there that want to buy your stuff. They want to see the whole image. It makes sense. They don't want to be tricked into thinking it's a pristine corner when it really has like a little, bump on it or something. Somebody favored it? Yeah, no problem. There we go. There's the details. $5 to get in. What a bargain. $9 to 5. I can't wait. That's where we're going, honey. If you're watching, we'll be there. Just a little over a month. Wow, that's crazy. It's before Thanksgiving. Oh, cool. I thought it was later. November 18th. Make sure I don't have a show. A Beatles show. No, I don't. Going in the calendar. Bam. It's in. It's official. It's only 6 weeks away. Your Thanksgiving is this weekend. I'm sorry I'm so quiet, everybody. I'm reading all these different things that are popping up on my screen about the band thing. Sorry, I don't mean to be distracted, but it's exciting, and I'm just trying to... We have a brand new band that we're putting together in addition to the Beatle thing, where we're basically like an oldies band, and you do like 50s, 60s, 70s, and think even into 80s. We have a set that's called 80s and Beyond or something. But we just got our first gig, and it's next Saturday. We have a Beatles show that we had scheduled forever in Allentown, Pennsylvania. It's from like 2 to 3:30 in the afternoon, which is very rare that we have a day show, an afternoon show like that. And then we just got this new show for the new band, and it starts at 6 in Bedminster, New Jersey, which is like an hour ride east of where we're going to be playing. So we have to do a Beatles show, pack everything up really, really fast, which isn't easy to do. Drive an hour over and hopefully get in to be ready to play a show at 6. He's trying to push it to 6:30. So crazy, really crazy. But exciting. It's the debut show of the new band. So it's just the fact that there's interest in it is very exciting. Like, we haven't even gotten together to practice yet. We practiced 2 weeks ago. We hung out at this guy's house and sat at a table and played acoustic guitar. But, we're all musicians that have been doing this for a long time. We'll put it together quickly. But I would like to get an actual rehearsal in now that we have a show in a week. So we're going to see if we can coordinate something maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We were scheduled to go into the studio next week, but that's a day after the show. It's not really going to help us. Climb the mind of Popeye. That's all right. Yeah, that would be really cool, man. I look forward to it. Appreciate it. Yeah, please do. Thank you, Dawn. If anybody's enjoying this, please hit that thumbs up. Let YouTube know you enjoy it. Much appreciated. Anybody want to look at some postcards? I'm just going to pull up a couple for fun that I have scanned with my new scanning technique. Let me get that folder open and tell me if you guys see anything interesting. I think they're pretty, at this point, nothing great left. Watch. Somebody's going to say, that's a $5,000 postcard. I have a lot of those greeting card types. I have a couple of the foreign ones. Let me just see what folder I'm going to pull from. I have a Popeye lot. I have listed as Popeye 2, which was my second one. Let me see if I could share the folder, and then we could just pick them up. We could pick them out together. I don't know if I could share a whole folder on StreamYard, but we will try it. I'm not sure if I could do this, everybody, but I will try. Window. Okay, yeah, it looks like I can. Groovy. There we go. Look at the whole folder. As I said, a lot of greeting cards. Oh, Kelly, hold on. York is about 8 hours each way. For me to go this year, it would depend on what I got going on. If we get any snow, maybe for next year. Okay, no problem. It'd be great to hang out and meet each other. Climb into the mind of Popeye. All right. Here's what we got, everybody. Maybe I'll blow this up too, like we usually do, right? Can I blow it up? I should be able to blow it. Oh, no, I have the view. Extra large. You know what I mean? This is what I was saying. I'm going to open this one. I don't know if you'll see the full view because it's a different window. Can you see the full view? Or otherwise, we're going to have to open each one. Well, anyway, no, you can't see the full view. See this first one? It says, thinking of you. It's a generic, like, greeting card postcard, which personally, to me, sounds boring. It doesn't mean that there might not be people out there that love those kind of postcards. But if thinking of you, we have, what is this one? With all our kind thoughts. Extremely generic. You have this one with, like, the purple flowers, true love. That one's good, I guess. That's Valentine's Day, I assume. I think this one looks nice. Easter Joys is this one with the girl with the blue ribbon over here, which is this one. What else we have? Another, there's not even a picture here. Indifference, no, whatever. Boring. You have this one with the angels, Easter greetings. Looks like she's holding an anchor for some bizarre reason, made of flowers. But these are all, I'm pretty sure they're all, what is that texture called? Not embroidered. Whatever the word is. I know what the word is. Can't think of it. Boring Christmas card with bells. Boring Easter morning. Birthday card. Embossed. That's the word. Thank you, Don. Sincere greetings with some roses. It's yawn to me. It's Yawn City. My thoughts are ever taking flight. If you, my friend, both day of night. You know, just you got a friend kind of thing. This one is Christmas, which is okay. It's got an angel. Most of those ones are embossed. Best wishes. You know what I mean? Very generic. With best wishes. What is this one? Another Easter one down here. Boring, right? Easter with the cross. Would everybody agree these are boring cards? Probably very low valued. Maybe I'm off base, but I think I'm right. I didn't look up any of these yet. I just scanned them. And I'm going through. I want to get rid of the ones I thought were nice first. I'll list the ones I thought were nice first. This is kind of what I'm left with now. So I'd be curious to know if they're all a bunch of junk. Maybe I'll throw them all together. Sell it for like $10. Oh, you can only see the thumbnails, but can't you see pretty? I mean, just even what I'm saying. Look at these things. They're just little Easter cards and greetings to you and birthday and you got a friend. I don't know. Pretty boring. And then the remaining like nature views are all like, there's one, this one made me laugh. It just says ocean at night. See this one? The ocean by night. This one. Just a painting of waves and a moon. Doesn't say where it is. So anyway, I think these are pretty lousy. This weird thing is Yellowstone, I think. Yeah. Liberty Cap and Mammoth Hotel. I don't know. Nothing here jumps out to me at all. That's why they're still sitting in my folder. These are the ones I haven't listed. I don't know. No good to me. What else do I have? That's why I need more cards, everybody. I have 2 cards left. Oh, no, this one still has a bunch. Not a bunch. It has like 12. But same thing. I have a couple cards from Ireland. I have a card from Argentina. I have a card from Great Britain. I have a couple of babies, papooses, the Indian girls and the papoose, which I'm sure you can't say anymore, and you have to come up with some different way to say it. But that's what they are. They're papooses. Actually, adorable images, too. A zoo in Pittsburgh. That's exciting, too. I need more cards. You lived in Florida. You drive it to me in 2 days, a couple times. Yeah, much more enjoyable. Yeah, that's cool. It's only 6 weeks now, Kelly. If you identify the buildings, those should be easy listers. Yeah, I'm sure that they're easy to list. The Angel one would sell. Yeah, I bought that off of you. A lot of the other stuff was good. This was like the remnants. There was one with the grandfather clock. Might be a collapsed saddle. Oh, okay. Hold on. We'll pull up ones. If there's something worth pulling up, I'll pull it up. Like the whole image instead of just going through the folder like that. That's all that's left, though. But out of like, how many have I bought? 300, 400 cards already from you? That's the only ones I thought were like bombs. Postcard. The Angel one. Angel one. This one? Let's pull this one up. I think I should be able to pull this image up by itself. Let me just get the other windows closed, make it easier, and we will try. I have Kelly, I have 318 listed, and I have I probably have about 400 maybe altogether, 450 maybe so far. I know, brand new though, brand new, wet behind the ears. All right, let's save this. Present this. It says present now. Is a different term on the screen for my broadcasting software. That's interesting. All right, here's a picture of this potential clap saddle, says John. What do we think? And this I should be able to zoom in on for everybody if you want to see anything. Yeah, it's definitely no signature, right? It's embossed. We had an anchor. What's up with the anchor? It's got a little jizz going on up there. Yeah, exactly. I desperately need more because I'm just about done with the list of them all, except for these other 20, whatever that I might throw out. Yeah, I definitely need to join the Tub Club. No doubt about that. You may have mentioned the clock. What about this one with the angels? Any good? Bluebells, angels protecting. Oh, I don't know. I'm doing it wrong. Is this the one you thought might be a clap saddle, John? What did I pick the wrong one? You said the one with angels. Then we'll look at the clock one. Was this any good to anybody? Just Easter greeting. I'll look to see if there's anything on the back. $7. That's not terrible, right? Let's see, what else do we have? Where's one with a clock? Did I see anything with a clock? I don't see a clock. There's only, oh, this one has 44 cards in it. The one with the clock. Hey, Swan Picker, how you doing? Welcome. Sorry, I'm scrolling through images of postcards to see if there's any we wanted to take a look at together. So I'm not looking at the chat right now, but I saw you pop up over here on my YouTube screen. So thank you very much. Yeah, I know Kelly's not a greeting card fan either. It's not that I'm not a fan. They just don't, I mean, they don't draw me in. I could see the beauty in some of them, sure. Like I said, some of the embossed ones are really nice looking and all, but I don't know. At least if it says Happy Easter or something on it. But these other ones that are just like greetings to you, it's almost like a get well card kind of a thing. Like really, I don't see a clock one. Not sure what that was. But that's interesting. Some sort of memorial. Yeah, move on. Oh, well. So anyway, nothing really exciting left. I need more cards. As Dawn said, I need more cards. So I'm going to be out looking. Oh, it wasn't one I had that I was shown? The one with the grandfather clock. The angels aren't bad. The stay in the corner. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Thanks. That's pretty much all I have left from the 400 something I got. I'll give you an exact count when I know. I mean, I've sold some, but right now I have 300. Well, probably we just sold the other. So 380 live, I think, is what I have right now. Postcards. In this last week or so, maybe a little longer than that now, about 2 weeks. It's been a week of using my new listing tool. Actually, a week today. The third-party thing I'm using, which is, made me more into getting postcards up. But I'm running dangerously. If that's all I'm left with, we got a problem. Try to get everybody a live count. I remember my quest by Halloween to get to 4,000. I'm at 3366, so it's going to be very, very easy to get to 4,000. But I say that. I still want to get there. 3366 is the current live listings. I want 4,000 by Halloween. And I have what? 3 weeks? A little over 3 weeks? Live listings, categories, postcards. From nothing to 380 on the schnoz. 380 live. Probably 40 or 50. Yeah, but now I want the cards. You saw one of the pictures of a grandfather clock. The back has the International Art Publication Company logo. It was near the top of my folders. Near the angel. Okay, let me check it out. The whole thing wasn't, you just saw, maybe the grandfather clock was one of the pictures in it. And I was kind of honing in on an entire grandfather clock, but maybe it was just like a small image. Let's check. Near the top. Near the angels. The Christmas one? Let me see if this is what you're talking about. I don't think it's a grandfather clock. Maybe it is. Was it a Christmas card? What was the back? American International Art Publication, right? Is that what you said? I don't think it's a grandfather clock, but I'll pull it up. Schnoz. You learn a lot, Dawn. You learn a lot of Americanisms, don't you? Schnozola. Did they have Jimmy Durante in Canada? He was called a Schnozola. This one, John? Is this one you're talking about? Hey, Erica, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Is this the picture, John? I just want to know if this is the one you're talking about, because I could see how maybe you thought this was a grandfather clock. I think it's just a series of images, isn't it? What state view cards do you want me to bring to Tuesday's Whatnot auction? Yeah, I got California last time. Maybe Jersey with the shore stuff. People miss the beach, you're telling me. That might be cool. I'm going to make a dent in the listing this weekend. You're going to do state views from a 712. Oy vey is right. You're still trying to catch up from a couple of months ago, huh? Yeah, is this what everybody thought was a clock? Erica says, I was going to say no to Jimmy Durante in Canada, but maybe I'm just too young. Cha-cha-cha. This is not the one you were talking about. You see on the left side? I thought maybe you guys thought that was, and it has that American whatever on the back too. Hold on. International Art Publication on the back. And it's near the angel. What else could you be talking about? Am I that blind? I'll pull up the whole folder again, everybody. Sorry to bore everybody to tears with this, but now I want to know which one it is. Pull the folder up. Yeah, I will. Mike in Greensboro has that one up for $10 plus shipping and calls it a collapse out of which one? The angel or the one I just showed you? The Christmas one. You probably mean the Christmas one, right? All right, I'll pull back up the folder. Present. Here we go. Here's the whole folder again. There's the angel. So where do you see a grandfather clock? Oh, cool. What'd you say? $10 on that one? I'll take it. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jay Smith. But now I'm awaiting confirmation from Popeye that he sees I might have to scroll, but I don't see, I might be blind. I don't see a grandfather clock. There's the angel. I will proceed slowly. I thought this is the one you thought was a grandfather clock. Might have to go glasses here. Am I this blind that I don't see a clock. As we zoom in, sorry, I'm probably screaming in the microphone now. Didn't mean to. Where is a grandfather clock? This one I thought was cool. It's a drawing. Haywood Washington House and Cabbage Row, South Carolina. It's a drawing. Undivided back. Oh, no, it's a divided back. Oh, I have a scan twice, don't I? Where is this grandfather clock? This is the bottom. More of a chat show, Cameron. However, we are discussing images and listings. Do you see it? Yeah, I don't see it. I think that he thought the other one was a clock. If you look at it from a distance like this, I'll show you the one I pulled up. On the left of the image, it looks like it could be a grandfather clock. This one kind of looks like let's see the left side with the thing at the bottom, but it's not a grandfather clock. It's just a series of pictures. Oh, no problem. Yeah, you probably thought that was a grandfather clock. Well, anyway, this is the one that what was you saying? Jay Smith was saying $10. You probably thought this was a grandfather clock. No problem. Yeah, no problem. From a distance, it looked like one. Yeah. Driving home. Drive safely, Cameron. We'll let it slide this one time. Don't worry. You're out of light. Okay, good. $10 card. Beautiful. Thanks, man. Good stuff. His first mistake in 27 years. No, I'm looking. No, this is great. It's so much fun having everybody talking about cards like this. I love it. Still trying to secure studio time for tomorrow to practice. Hey, welcome back. What'd you miss? I don't know. When did you leave? We haven't listed anything. We've been eyeballing some postcards. What else do we do? We sold a postcard live on the air. I don't remember if you were still here for that. I think you were still here for that. No, I hear you. And I was going to say it had that same International Law Pub in the back. I'm like, wow, what's the odds on that? How you Penguins doing? Isn't it Met baseball tonight? Met playoff baseball. And I'm sitting here gabbing. I lost my mind. Just started, though. Let's go Mets. Yeah, and then we were aimlessly searching for a grandfather clock image that didn't exist. But in Popeye's defense, he's watching a hockey game, so from a distance. And I could definitely see from a distance it looked like a possible grandfather clock. Wish I had something else more exciting to pull up. I wish I had more cards to pull up. Do I have any more folders of cards? Hold on. I want to make sure that I have truly exhausted my supply. Because if so, that's all I have left, everybody. And I'm sure we would all agree to the fact that that's a problem. It's a major problem. Because that is not a collection. Yeah, that's pretty much it, everybody. Ansley's still here. 3.5 pounds of railroad. Oh, man. See, I love that. Love the choo-choos. We've talked about that. Love the choo-choos. Assorted ephemera, right? You got pictures. You have any postcards in that ephemera? Like postcards and pictures and tickets and all kinds of cool stuff. Love the choo-choos. The non-father clocks is doing it wrong. Yes. I'll tell you, it made me question my own sanity once again tonight. Like, I don't see one. I had the glasses on. I'm like zooming in. Felt like an idiot. But I can see what he's like from a distance. On the left side, it kind of looked like it could have been a grandfather clock. So. Now I got my wife sending me venues for the new band. I feel bad. I know. I announced that we're going to do this listing show, and I'm sitting here staring into space silently because I'm reading other stuff. That's not too cool. 3-1 against the Sabres. Oh, man. Oh, it's preseason. Okay. Yeah, no problem. It's been, what, 2 months since hockey ended? I mean, you must be dying. 7 postcards, timetable calendars. That's cool. Model railroad paper, all for $30. Beautiful. I don't know. We could look at some ads. We can do ads, says Kelly. He gives me permission. I appreciate that. Yeah, I have. What do I have saved already? The last ads we did was the World War II stuff, I believe. I still have some. Oh, I just got positive feedback on a postcard. Great old postcard. Thanks. Beautiful. Kelly said something very nice earlier on Instagram that to just a bit of advice because he's been doing this for a while and he knows what he's doing. He said postcard collectors and buyers are usually a little more patient. Just it's a generality, sure, but usually a little more patient, usually a little more forgiving, friendly folk that enjoy collecting their postcards. So like not to be as paranoid as you would be normally, maybe with some other types of buyers. I thought that was really cool. Much to be, just so everybody knows, same thing with the ad people. Usually the people that collect the ads are very laid back, appreciative. I get a good percentage. I don't have the math at my fingertips, but I get a decent amount of feedback from my my ad buyers. And he was kind of saying the same thing, like the postcard people are usually pretty good people, usually relaxed, usually older, and not as petty and picky and all that stuff. So I appreciated that. And here we go. I think that's my first. Is that my first one? Since I started listing the new ones. Oh no, and I got one on my $50 card. I got good feedback too. So I think that's 2 so far in this last week or so. Pretty cool. That was a nice card. Great old postcard. Thanks. See, everybody wins. The only reason I'm leaning towards the chill thing is it's 8:30 almost. I've been on since 6. I'm alone tonight. I have my dad upstairs who we take care of, but I'm a one-man taking care of tonight and tomorrow. My wife's away for a couple of days. And to be honest, I'm getting a little antsy that he's up there alone all this time. I just listen. You always have to have one eye open and one ear opened when you're taking care of the elders. I hope it does too, Kelly. I know you list like a fiend. Q&A, that's a good idea. Yeah, I think you're right doing it wrong. Pretty much. Most of the vintage people are pretty cool. Yeah. Chill is fine. Cool. Thanks, Kelly. Yeah, like I'm almost tempted to, I know this is going to sound pretty lame. Like a nice hot cup of tea right now would do me well. You know what I mean? Just kind of relax. Kind of like the screen I have in back of me. A relaxed, nice, calm atmosphere tonight. I'm pumped up. Now I might be hitting the studio tomorrow for this show that we've never even rehearsed yet that was suddenly booked to do. That would be great. 4 hours in the studio, work out some, you sing this, ready, 1, 2, 3, let's go. Shuffle an E, and away we go. More money, more money, more money. Very, very nice venue. I'll reveal this once. It is official now, but I will talk about this show next. So I won't be doing a Friday show, everybody. I'll be doing 2 Beatles shows, just so you know. Maybe we'll do a Thursday night this week, if it works out for everybody. Maybe we'll do a Thursday night or a Wednesday, whatever. We'll pick another night during the week and do a listing show. Maybe we'll actually list on this one. We'll list on this one. Monday, I'll definitely do the chat show again. And then, but it would be great to get into the studio tomorrow. I got my guy trying to pull some strings. We will book to go in the studio next weekend after the Beatles show to practice the new band. And now we got this new show the same day. We lucked out because we very rarely do Beatles shows like in the middle of the day, 3 o'clock. That's unheard of. Like to actually perform at 3 o'clock is very early. Question, how do you pack and ship your ads and postcards? Well, my ad's doing it wrong. I have an entire video series devoted to that on my YouTube channel, which I hope you're already a subscriber to. If you're not, please do subscribe and tell everybody all about it because I still haven't hit my 1,000 yet. I'm not upset about it at all, though. Nope, not upset at all. But seriously, yeah, go check out my video series. I have a whole video about the shipping and the inventory system I use for print ads. For postcards, I'm a novice. I'm new at this, a couple of weeks in. I use that standard envelope pretty much for anything $20 and under. I think you have to. If it's over 20, right, you have to do something else. 20 and under, I do the stamped eBay standard envelope, which is like 57 cents or something. You get a little barcode, you throw it on your envelope, and away we go. The higher valued ones, which I've only had one, which sold for $50, which I also have a video on. I sent that first class on like a nice, the eBay rigid mailers. They're probably like 5x7, the brown paper. You guys probably have those. I have a bunch of them. That worked just fine. I put the sleeve on it and everything, and I backed it with some cardboard and I threw it in there. That's actually the one. I got good feedback on that, so I'm assuming that went well. That's kind of how I do those. But definitely for the ads, which I've done thousands and thousands of, just check out that video series. Doing it wrong. I'll show you all about it. I even give you the specific like type of mailer I use. And hey, Kim, you just grabbed a cup. There you go. That's what I'm saying. It's a kind of a laid back, relaxing, you know what I mean? Early fall. 5 for you today. You're okay with that. Also, the night is young. Well, you're 3 hours behind, so it's younger for you than it is for us. We're wrapping it up, calling it a night. It's pitch black. Sandman is coming. Thank you, Dawn. That's okay. That's what Dawn's here for, is to provide quick links. I appreciate it, Dawn. Thank you. So yeah, I might call this a night, a couple of minutes, just to, like I said, in all seriousness, my dad's up there alone. I'm worried about that a little bit. Usually, Mrs. Flippett is up there if I'm down here and vice versa. Keeping an eye on him. Still sunny. Yeah, I know. Well, 3 hours, big difference. I promise you the night's coming, though, Karen. You'll see. And it looks just as dark as it did last night, too. This is a lot of fun, everybody. I appreciate all your input very, very much about the postcards specifically. It's pretty cool that we sold one live on the air. And Pudding sold $200 worth of stuff in the first 20 minutes of my show. Congratulations to you. And we will catch you on Monday. I'll do a regular chat show on Monday night. Probably be in the studio tomorrow rehearsing, I hope, for the big show on Friday. We'll not be doing a listing show next Friday. We'll schedule it some other point during the week next week. But take care, everyone. Hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy. Stay safe. Stay warm. Stay cool, depending on where you live. It was almost 80 today, so I need to stay cool. And I'll see you on Monday. Take care, everybody. Thanks. Bye-bye.